Okay, so yeah, I found a lab. That was super exciting. Um, and I think it seems like a really great lab, which is
Mm-hmm.
awesome. I was originally looking for a computational lab, which means that, you can do research on the computer. And there's one lab where like they work from home every day and just come in once a week for like meetings and stuff. I'm like,
The dream.
sounds pretty great, honestly.
The
And like
dream.
the research was cool. Everyone seems so nice. I was like, this really, yeah, kind of the dream. That one didn't work out, but that's okay. But this lab, everyone seems super nice. Everyone really loves the lab. Research is super cool. And I think they might do some more computational things in the future-ish.
Mm-hmm.
But, even if they don't, I think it sounds like it's a great experience.
So what exactly is a space?
So it's all like human health related. And I'm interested in cancer. So these have all been different types of cancer labs.
Oh,
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. I mean, it's kind of cool because like whatever you do, you're like, this feels relevant.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So that's fun.
That's awesome. When I worked at Georgia Tech, they had like this research department, and I guess they would get like a lot of grants from the government, and people would always say they were like building weapons down in there. And we were in this like
Oh.
totally glass building, but the grants were like so super top secret. You had to have like this government
Oh.
clearance. And so then they got like paper and they papered all of the glass. So you
Oh,
couldn't look in.
wow. That's wild. At a school?
Well, so they did have like a testing site somewhere in the school. It was in this basement. I was walking around, I accidentally found it. And it said there was like lasers in use. And I was like, lasers? I was like, what is going on? So maybe they used to be there, but this building, because Georgia Tech's in the city of Atlanta, it was like a big office building. And so that's why it
Oh.
had all this glass around it, even though these people, I guess, need to work in like the
Top
underground.
secret.
Top secret. And they're in
Uh,
this like glass cage.
Georgia Tech secretly like sabotaging them. They're like, "Will this do for your needs?" They're like,
Yeah.
"No."
And I was just always like, what are you guys doing? And all they're doing is like computer work. So it's not like even if I could peek in and see, it's not
You
like I
could
would see
see.
anything.
Yeah. Seems like it'd be easier to
But
get the cover for the computer. Like a
right,
little
I don't
shade.
know. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, the windows cause too much glare. Like this is
Yeah.
interfering with our work.
I just always thought that was so funny.
That is funny. I do now actually remember though a story from last week that I think you'd enjoy.
Ooh.
So on the note of finding a lab, I was traipsing around the campus last week, knocking on people's doors, trying to find someone to take me.
Oh
And at
no.
one point, because you said you accidentally walked into the laser thing, I accidentally walked into the animal facilities. And like, I don't, I don't really know if I'm supposed to be there, but the door was just open, and I thought this person's lab was on this floor. So I went to this floor, and it smelled like a hamster cage. Like it was just one
Oh.
giant pile
They have
of
like
dirt.
they have like lab rats and stuff. They were testing on
They
them.
so I didn't really see anything, but I walked by all these cages that like were basically little like, plastic boxes with,
Yeah.
mulch in there or whatever for animals. I passed all these doors and I forget exactly what they said, but it was like, surgery room. And then it's like sacrifice room. And I was like, oh
No.
yeah, that's what they say. They say I'm gonna go sack the mouse. We're gonna go sacrifice it. I thought that was a wild term, but that's not even the story I wanted to tell you. So that's the preface to the story. I was wandering around and I stumbled onto animal facilities. Then I stumbled out of there and then I walked down a few floors and I saw this beautiful outdoor area. And it's like, oh, perfect. I can go send emails there. That sounds great. So I walked outside and I sent all my emails. And then by the time I was ready to go in, the door was locked. My ID wouldn't get me back in. I said, oh no. So then I started, I was like, there's a few other doors. So I started walking towards the other doors. But on my way, I saw the stairs. I said, oh, that's perfect. I'll just take the stairs down and it'll be great. So
Yeah.
there's a door to the stairwell. So I opened the door to the stairwell. I walk down to the first floor and guess what I see?
Dead mice?
No, that would make sense based off the first part. No.
A
Although I
locked
was worried.
door?
Well, yes. So I see the door and it says emergency exit only. Alarm will sound. I said, oh man. So then I went back up to the second floor where I was. I was like, okay, I'll try the other doors. But then guess what happened?
You're locked in.
I was locked in. I
No.
know. So then I went up the stairs. I said, well, maybe another door's open. So then I
Oh
went
my
up the
God.
stairs and I opened the door and it was open. I said, oh, thank goodness. But I opened up to just literally a little square.
What?
It wasn't connected to the rest of the building. Like it's
Did
just
you have
for
to like
maintenance or
jump out?
something.
Did you have to jump out the window?
Well, no, so I kept trying a few different flights and they all open up to the square. So then I was like, oh my gosh. It's like, well, my only option now is
Yeah.
the emergency exit or
Yeah.
calling a friend. So I ended up calling a friend to see if she was available and could like get me from the outside on the second floor. But I was like, maybe we'll both be stuck there. And then we're like, well, the alarm never sounds anyway, right? Haven't you gone through those doors and like nothing happens?
I don't know. I feel like I try to avoid them all the
I
time.
know. I know.
I'm always
I do
terrified.
too. Me too.
So I don't know if I've ever actually opened one.
Yeah,
So I'm on the edge of my seat.
I know. Okay. So my friend and I decided we're like, well, probably the alarm won't sound, so I can just go through. I opened the door, and wouldn't you know it, the alarm goes off. And I was
Oh
like,
my God.
this is just the worst. And then I was scared of the alarm, so I closed the door. Then I was like, oh, shoot, well, this is my only way out. And I was like, I think this counts as an emergency. So I opened the door again, and the
Yeah.
alarm went off a second time, and then I just walked away. And I don't know what happened next.
No. Maybe they're worried the animals will escape or something. They have like these
Maybe.
mutant animals that aren't allowed to be outside and they're like frantically trying to escape. And so they have it. What if you were the mouse?
Oh my gosh, I
You're
was
trying like
Algernon.
you're like Algernon. You're trying to get out and they're like, look, she can't solve it.
She tried every door.
She She's so stupid. She couldn't get out.
So are you saying the emergency exit wasn't the right way out? There's another way? Or was the
I don't
emergency
know.
exit? We'll
I
never
would think that
know.
we'll never know. I would think that that's the right way.
That was the only way I could find.
That's crazy. It sounds like
Isn't
to
that
me,
crazy?
whoever the system operator is, they shouldn't have let you get in there.
I don't know how I got in. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, if I made it, that's why I thought I could leave. If I made it in there, I
Right.
should be able to get back in.
Right, exactly. Unless like that area is like, who knows, like a quarantine zone and like you're supposed to like a doctor get like clean and like if you leave or something, you have to go through like the sanitation room. I don't know.
Maybe. I have no idea. It
Ugh.
was crazy.
Oh my God.
But yeah.
Okay, well, today we are covering two princesses of Bamarre.
Ooh, you have the silly cover. You don't have the
I have,
original, like my 20-year-old book.
yeah, my cover looks stupid.
Honestly, it kind of does. I don't like the new one. That's
It
a
looks so
bummer.
bad.
The
I
old one's
know.
so good.
The old one's really good. But my book smells better than yours. So there's that.
People have answered that poll. So far, I think 3 people have said yes, that they
To
smell
smelling
books.
books.
Yeah. Check out the
Yeah,
last episode.
Chrissy, I'm on the beat. I know what the people want. And they want to smell books. They don't want to
What?
smell old, moldy, gross books.
I will keep this book forever. It is so good. This specific copy is so good. Okay, I do want to know how much does your book say it costs on the back? Does your book say that?
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
$9.99.
Wow, because I was shocked at this price. This is $5.99.
$5.99.
That's like a Goodwill book that is in this condition to begin with.
Wow.
I
Wow.
know.
Let's check the rate of inflation for that.
Yeah, Gail's book has almost doubled in price.
Oh my God.
But honestly, not to spoil my thoughts, but this book could be sold for millions of dollars. So good.
Oh my God. Okay. Um, so we are gonna do both parts in two recording sessions tonight. right?
Mm-hmm. We're doing a marathon session.
Yes. Okay. So, how long should I put the timer for? An hour? 40 minutes?
Hmm. Maybe 45 minutes.
45 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, we don't have an author summary.
Nope. If you girlies and guys want a Gail Carson Levine in-depth author summary, you need to check out Ella Enchanted, part one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You'll learn all
Um,
you need to know.
learn all you need to know. High Notes, she's our favorite.
Yeah, she's amazing. You can also check out her website, gailcarsonlevine.com, and her writing is just as impeccable on there. So
Oh my
good.
gosh, she's so funny.
I know. I'll read anything she writes. She's so good. Okay, so we're on a time crunch because we're doing 2 and 1 tonight. So we need to get started on our games.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so first game, judge a book by its cover.
Wait, do we do the intro?
Oh, this is Bookalicious, a podcast where two sisters chat about books we're reading. I'm Chrissy.
And I'm Candace.
And today we're talking about Two Princesses of Bamarre by our favorite, Gail Carson Levine.
Yes.
Woo! Yay. Okay, so we have a lot. If this is your first time here, welcome. You're probably here because you're also into this really niche book that doesn't get enough attention. So we play a lot of games. One of our first games is Judge a Book by its cover, where we look at the book and say whether we would read it.
Yes.
Okay.
So Chrissy has the original cover.
The best. So good. It shows two sisters. They're like kind of back to back. The first one has dark hair and she's all rosy and she's looking to the sky. And the one in the back is really pale and her eyes are closed. She looks kind of sickly. And there's like it's a waterfall behind them. I've never noticed that before.
Oh,
my
wait.
gosh, it's so good.
Okay. The quality is not that. Oh, yeah. You're right.
So good. Yeah, there's like other artwork kind of around them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's my cover.
Mine is similar in the sense that there's two women, two young girls, and one of them looks like Rapunzel to me. Like she's in the purple outfit, very similar to the Tangled Rapunzel. And then the other one, she looks like a rat.
I was gonna say she looks like the girl version of Edmund from The Lion, the Witch, the Wardrobe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like just upset with the world.
Yeah, she looks very like
Looks like a toot.
a toot.
Doesn't she?
What is a toot? Like
like, oh, you're just such a toot.
I've never called anyone a toot. Okay. She looks like a toot. I was gonna say she looks sallow to me.
Oh, that's a much better vocab word.
She's kind of haunched over. She looks kind of unhappy. Like not a girl I'd want to be friends with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She's an Edmund toot.
Edmund toot. Yeah. And then the background, they are cartoonish, and then the background is like high def CGI.
What?
You see like those like
woods.
It's like very realistic behind them, but they are very unrealistic looking.
Huh.
So
interesting.
Kind of strange.
Yeah. Sorry, whoever did that. Ooh, Eric Bowman did my cover art, 2001. Good job to Eric Bowman. He did a great job.
Greg Call did mine in 2012.
Sorry, Greg. Didn't do it for
Greg.
us.
Well, he must have been given direction. And I don't know why they decided to do that.
I know. Yeah. Maybe they had to change it for whatever reason. Okay. Well, maybe it's already clear, but my cover, well, okay, would I pick up this cover today? I think so. I don't know. Because it doesn't, I feel like I don't read a lot of books where there's like a person on the front.
It's very much a child's book.
Yeah, I guess that's true. If I were a child, I think I definitely would.
If I was a kid, I would totally pick it up. I would not pick up this one. This one looks like you're just learning how to read. Mine.
Yes, it does look like that. Yeah, Candy's new cover.
The new cover, it looks like the font is probably size like 36.
Yeah, it's like a silly little fairy tale. Nothing goes wrong. They have to learn how to
Yeah,
share or something.
right, exactly. So I would not pick up this one. I definitely picked up Chrissy's version,
Mm-hmm.
and I like that one a lot better. So,
Mm-hmm. It's a good one.
yeah.
Okay. We didn't have an author summary, but do you want to share any background on this book? Why we picked it?
Well, I just went to Gail Carson Levine's website,
Mm-hmm.
and she has a little blurb on the background of the Princesses of Bamarre.
Oh, you want to share some of it?
Yeah. So she was talking about some of the inspiration for the book, and she said that she meant originally to retell the story The 12 Dancing Princesses, which is a magical fairy tale with forests, diamonds, castle across a lake, and 12 enchanted princes. But she couldn't figure out the puzzles, why the king locks his daughters in at night, what the spell is on the princes, and most of all, why the princesses allow several men to die. So what that means is if you jump back to Ella Enchanted, Gail's strategy is typically to get like a fairy tale, a well-known fairy tale, although the 12 Dancing Princesses, I don't think that's well known, but to get a fairy tale and then kind of fill in the logical gaps. But she started doing that and she couldn't figure it out. And so she said that she ended up redoing it totally, and then she brought down the sister counts from 12 to 2, and then the princess turned into a single young sorcerer, and then the problems became monsters and disease.
Mm.
Hmm. And then she says, the best part of writing this book was in fooling the reader now and then. When you read it, if you haven't yet, and if I do fool you, imagine me saying, ha, I got you.
I love her so much.
I know.
I
So
changed my answer to our Q&A from last week. I want to get breakfast, lunch, and dinner with Gail. She's so
honestly,
cool.
same. Oh, you know what? I wanted to throw out a shout out to all of our friends of the pod because I don't think we did a good enough job last time.
Do you want to do that next episode or do you want to do it now?
We'll do it next episode. Don't let me forget.
Okay. All right.
All
Stay
right.
tuned, everyone.
Yeah, stay tuned, friends of the pod. You're getting a shout out soon.
Next week.
Okay, so did you ask me a question?
I asked, did you want to share why we chose this book?
Oh, yeah. We love Gail Carson Levine.
I know we do. And we read this book. How many times do you think we've read this?
I've I read Ella the most, Ferris the second most, and then this one the third most. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, this book always kind of confused me a little bit, and I liked it the least out of the three.
Do you still have that opinion?
No, now I think I like this one the best because I don't think I was fully I think Gail was tricking me too often in this book.
Oh,
So I think part of it I wasn't
interesting.
following along
Oh, that would be
entirely.
interesting to talk about. Okay, we'll need to talk about the trickery parts. For
Yeah.
me, I think I had the same order of reading it, but maybe I might have read Ferris more than Ella. I really liked Ferris growing up,
Yeah.
but I think now I might put Princesses of Baymar above Ella.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I I I really liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I feel like there's a little bit more depth, maybe.
Yes, there's definitely a little bit more depth. There's a lot of like character development, and the story is interesting. I couldn't remember anything when we were going through. I was like,
Oh,
what is
really?
this? What is that? Yeah, yeah. So,
Fascinating.
yeah, I really enjoyed it.
So good. Okay, so do we have any other games? Are you ready to talk about it?
I think that's it. I circled a couple vocab words throughout,
Mm.
but that's about it.
Okay, so I have a pretty big summary. I think I'm going to divide it into two parts. So
Hmm.
this whole episode is part one, chapters 1 to 13. So first part of our summary is we meet our two leading ladies, Princesses Meryl and Addie. Meryl is the older sister and dreams of adventure and fighting off dragons, while Addie is overly cautious, some may say a scaredy cat, and depends
Hmm.
on Meryl to protect her. Addie even makes Meryl promise that Meryl won't start her adventures until Addie is married to her dream guy. Addie wants his promise not only to keep herself safe, but also to keep Meryl safe. Their mother died when they were very young, and their dad is pretty absent and is always reading his book of Proverbs called the Book of Homely Truths, but they have a really happy childhood. They spend most of their time playing together and acting out scenes from the epic poem about Geralt, a hero who said he would only return when the timid go forth with the strong. And when a hunky sorcerer named Rhys starts working in the castle, they start hanging out with him too, and Addie especially loves spending time with Rhys. Um, Maybe should I finish the summary? Or do you want to talk about
Yeah.
that so far? Okay, I'll finish the summary. All right.
Yeah.
However, everything changes when Meryl contracts the Grey Death, which is an incurable and 100% deadly disease that will only be cured when cowards find their courage and rain falls all over Bamarre. Father tries to go in search of a cure, but he literally doesn't try very hard before he comes back home. So now Addie, desperate to save her sister, decides to find the cure, even if it means she might miss the last remaining days with Meryl. Before she goes on her journey, she gets parting gifts from all of her friends. Rhys, the hunky sorcerer, gives her a dark cloak that will make her invisible at night, and a magic tablecloth that will produce food when you say the magic words. Milton, the elf nurse, gives her moily herbs, which will heal pain. Bella, their nanny, gives 7-league boots and a spyglass that used to belong to Addie's mom. And Meryl gives her Meryl's prized sword and some advice on where to start looking for the cure.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. Okay, so what was your thought on Meryl and Addie up until this point of the book? Were you liking them? Were they annoying you? What did you think?
Like them overall. I think there are some parts for both of them where I was like, okay. Like Addie, I'm like, okay, Addie, a little too scared. Or Meryl liked to pull the royal card a lot. She's
Oh
like,
my God.
I did not remember that at all. But there's one part where one of their nurses gets sick and Addie's like, "Oh, I know the cure, but like the nurse isn't going to listen to me." And so then Meryl goes in there and she says, "Nurse, I command you to listen to Princess Addie." I was like, "My gosh."
Yes. There were several instances like that. And I didn't like Meryl. I was like, you kind of suck.
That kind of was. Were there other parts about Meryl that you didn't like?
Um, I think it was like mostly that where it's just like she just seemed very like I'm better than you.
Hoity-toity.
You have to listen to me, just kind of running around ordering people about. She didn't
Mm,
seem very caring
yeah,
about other people.
but she cares a lot for Addie.
She does care a lot for Addie, but I felt like okay. Like if I were her nanny or whatever, I would be so annoyed with her. She seemed kind of like a brat, I guess.
Yeah. I wonder if she was trying to like Gail was trying to show Addie was like so timid and so shy, and then Meryl was just the opposite extreme of like too confident because like Meryl's dreaming
Mhm.
of like commanding troops and stuff, and so she's like starting that today by commanding everyone around her,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
No,
But
I
yeah, neither
think
of them
I
are perfect.
I think how Gail wrote them is very accurate. I think she wrote very realistic characters.
But you just wouldn't want to hang out with
No.
either of them.
Maybe Addie a little bit more than Meryl, but even Addie, I think she's a very selfish person in the beginning. So Meryl wants to go run off and like live her dream, and Addie's like, no, don't do that because I'm too scared. So there's that.
Yeah.
And then we get introduced to the Grey Death with her night nurse, who she like loved so much, apparently. And then she gets the Grey Death, and then they whisk her off, and she never checks in to see if she lived or died.
I thought that was weird too. I was like, what?
Like she waited like 4 years, and then she's like, well, what happened to Trina? What happened to her? And they're like, did she die? And they're like, yeah. She's like, oh.
Like, good thing they took her away.
Like I get that I mean, at this point she's only
Like
is she
9 or
only
something.
12? How old is she?
I think by the time Meryl gets sick, Addie is like, she's 16 at that point. They start pretty young. I think she's like 9 or 12, I think.
So she meets, okay, that was another thing. She meets her magician boyfriend. She's 12. And he's like, I would be the equivalent of 19. And I was
In
like,
human years.
in human years. And I'm like, that's like kind of weird. But
Yeah.
then there is a little bit of a time hop, I think. I don't think
Yeah,
she's 12
she's
when she starts on the adventure.
no, I think she's 16 when she starts on the adventure. And like she kind of just has like a cute like crush on him until like the end of the book. I have some questions on that because I feel like with Ella and Char and Ella Enchanted, I was all in for their relationship. I was like, this is so cute. They love each other. They have so much fun together. Like they're great. But Addie and Rhys, they like never talked. Like Addie was so shy, she barely spoke to him whenever they talked to each other. And spoiler alert, I feel like they never really talk a lot until they get married. I was like, when did you guys fall in love?
I- That was always growing up. One of the reasons why I didn't like this book is that that whole love thread felt very weak.
I think that's the weakest part of the book.
Yeah.
I gotta
I
say,
and
but
I
I like
don't
Rice.
I like Rhys, but I don't know that he adds to the book being a love interest.
I guess also spoiler alert for the end. That's how she fulfills her promise, or Meryl fulfills her promise. Addie gets
Well,
married.
yeah, I guess that's true. But yeah, it to that part to me, it didn't feel like it added to the book. It felt like it just left you with more questions.
Yeah, I wish that was a little bit more fleshed out too. I guess I just wanted more interactions with them or something.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Because it just, yeah, it felt a little just thrown together.
Well, so there's this line somewhere in the book, and you find out that Addie is just like walking around the castle, and Rhys has been staring at her for like who knows how long. And I was like, is that a red flag or a deal breaker?
Wait, what was that? Do you have the line?
Let
I
me
like
see.
vaguely remember that.
It's somewhere in there. But he's been like sitting and like staring at her for a little while. So maybe he was like watching her for a very long time. So he feels like he does know her, is my point. Like, you know. Oh, here it
Hmm.
is.
Was it when they're at the
Okay.
table?
It's right after Meryl gets sick.
Okay.
And
Before he
she's
gives the
just,
gift.
yeah, and he gives her his sorcerer's cloak. And then he's like, she says, had he been watching me for long? I wondered. No, why would he? And da 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 da. But I thought that was
Well, it
maybe
doesn't
a weak
say.
argument. I guess you're right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't really see any red flags with Rise. I really liked him as a character. Like he was a lot of fun. He like helped
Yeah.
Addie, he cared for her, but there just wasn't a lot of like depth there between them.
Yeah. Yeah. I would agree with that. It felt similar kind of to like Ajori and Azah,
Azah. That one, yeah, that one also felt really quick.
where it's just like all of a sudden you're like, oh, okay, they're together. It didn't feel organic. Like with Ella and Char, it just felt very like sweet and natural and real.
Yeah. Huh, huh, huh. I wonder if it's because Ella spanned the most years, right? Because it started when she was really young and then it, jumped a few years. It's like we saw Char throughout the life. But I think both Ferris and Baymar, it's pretty much just one age.
Well, I feel like Gail tried to do that with this book, introducing Rhys when she's 12
Yeah. The
and then
child
doing
bride.
like the time hop. Yeah, the child bride, then doing the time hop. So I feel like she tried to do that again, but I think I don't think there's enough interactions like throughout the rest of the book for it to make sense.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Ooh, maybe it could have been cool if one of his gifts he could like communicate with her somehow. That maybe wouldn't make the rest of the journey make sense, but that could potentially
Yeah.
be an idea. I don't know.
I think that part could, like if I was to pick a part that was needed improvement or needed a little bit more fleshing out, I think that's the area I would have focused on.
Yeah.
What did you think about Addie's, like, I don't know, her woo woo medicine of just tell yourself that you're not sick with this gray death cancer and then you won't be sick. What did you think about that?
Yeah. Um, I mean, I think for a kid that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But I guess it kind of makes sense because so somewhere on I think it was Gail Carson like fandom.com or something. I was reading about
Hmm.
this book and they said that or maybe it was Gail herself was explaining it like this. There's like five things plaguing Bamarre and four of them are different monsters like ogres, dragons, whatever. And then the fifth one is this disease. And so Addie's
Hmm.
kind of viewing the disease like all the monsters, like something that you can just kill. And like Meryl even refers to it as like, oh, Sir Gray Death isn't going to take me. And
Hmm.
so, yeah, I guess that's kind of where it's coming from. It's like viewing it as a physical thing that you can kill,
Hmm.
which kind of makes sense with the rest of their world.
I mean, I think there's certainly something to it. Like people who are optimistic or you know, think positive, they do, I think, have better health outcomes than if you're like pessimistic. I think there is something to that, but it's kind of crazy. You have these people that are effectively given like terminal cancer, and Princess Addie is running around telling them to like think happy thoughts and then they're going to be
Uh,
cured. And it's like, it's kind of rude,
I
honestly.
know. I kind of thought that too. Yeah, Meryl's around like ordering everybody around, and then Addie's like, all you need to do is think positive thoughts, and that's gonna kill it. I just know it.
Yeah. And then here's another line where I was like, God, Addie, you kind of stink. So it's right before chapter 8. And so this is when Addie's like thinking about the happy thoughts and, telling Meryl to think the happy thoughts. And she says, I wonder what happened to Trina. Although it didn't matter. Trina was no Meryl. I'm like,
Oh,
God.
oh
R.I.P.
no.
Trina.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Justice for Trina. Tell me what happened.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, what were you going to say?
Mm-mm.
Okay. One line. This is actually back to Meryl, but one line that I was like, oh my gosh, Meryl, my goodness. Meryl and Addie are in the forest and Addie is like drawing or embroidering or something. And then Meryl goes off like on a journey. And then this little kid comes and like brings Addie into the forest. Like, oh, Princess Meryl wants you. So Addie starts following him. Turns out it's a specter, and the specter has taken on the form of a little kid and is going to lead Addie to her doom. But then Meryl comes and she throws rocks at the specter, and so it like starts to disappear and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So she saves them. But the craziest thing to me was Addie was like, wow, Meryl, how did you know it was a specter before you started brutally throwing rocks at this kid's face and it started bleeding? And you know what Meryl said? She said, I
She said,
didn't know, but I guessed. I said, my gosh, Meryl, you're
oh
aiming
my
straight for the
God.
head, not even like the torso.
I know. Uh, I know. That's kind of like with these girls. I'm like, you can tell they were raised by no one.
Yes. They're just like
Like,
princesses living their princess life.
yeah. Yeah, literally. Just like bossing people around. Their dad, his book of, what are
Homely
they?
truths.
Homely truths. I said that it's like he's reading fortune cookies constantly.
Yes.
They're all like, there's even a line later on in like the second half of the book where the the princesses are joking because they're like, it almost sounds like it means something.
Yeah.
All of these like these adages or whatever, it's like they sound good, but if you actually think about it, you're like, that actually doesn't mean anything. Like, what is that supposed to be saying? And I thought that was really funny.
I know. I thought that was funny too. Yeah.
Rhys had a really good line. I really liked this. So
Ooh.
Addie, Meryl's just gotten sick and everyone's trying to attend to her. And she tells Rhys, why am I so tired? And this is the line that I liked. Rhys said, illness is exhausting even when someone else is ill.
Mm.
And it's true, like being a caretaker, loving someone who is like very sick like that, it's exhausting for everyone. Like everybody is sharing that burden.
Yeah. Yeah. And just like how much emotionally it takes out of you. Because like you're just
Hmm.
caring so much and you're just worrying about someone so
Hmm.
much. That is sweet. That's a good line. Man. Rise, he he had some good lines like that, but he's also just like 1,000% happy all the time. And was described as like flamboyantly bowing to everybody. And there's this one line where I forget exactly what happens, but I think maybe Addie says something or I don't know, something. And then he just levitates off to space and he blasts off. I'm like, what? What's happening?
He
It's like,
he is
okay.
strange, and there's like this kind of throwaway line, which is basically like apparently wizards will become interested in humans in like their early adolescence, but then they stop being interested in them after a time, and they live to
Oh.
500 years. And I'm like, how is this? I don't know. I'm seeing Addie and Rhys heading to divorce court. Like,
I totally forgot about that line. That's a good point.
yeah, and I'm like, this is weird. And like, he's supposed to live until he's 500, and she ends this book and she never turns into anything else other than a person. So it's like, I don't know how this is ever going to work out for them.
Well, I mean, maybe that's how it works out because you maybe are uninterested in the person, but at that point, the person's almost gonna die anyway, you know? Maybe that's it.
I mean, maybe. Oh, here it is. It's on page 21. Although most are indifferent to humans, some of the young go through a phase of intense interest that always terminates at the end of their apprenticeship. I mean, the apprenticeship is coming up, you
That's the
know?
biggest red flag that he has. That's a pretty substantial red flag. My entire personality is going to change once I'm done with
Yeah.
my training. This training is not optional. I have
Oh
to
my
do it, and
God.
it starts tomorrow.
Right. And it only lasts for like 12 days or something.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. You're exactly right. Let's add it to the red flag list.
We'll put that in the real red flag. I the first part of this book I was reading, to me, I was feeling like the plot of Frozen a little bit,
Oh.
where you have two sisters and they're really close, and then one gets sick, and then the other one is like trying to go out and like help the other one. I don't know. I was
Yeah, I
like,
could
is
see
this
that.
lifted? At first, I was like, is this lifted from like the Frozen fairy tale? But no, it's the 12 dancing princesses that we found
And this
out.
was way before Frozen.
Well, Frozen was off of Hans
Oh,
Christensen's
Christian.
fairy
Uh,
tale, The Snow Queen.
White. Yeah, that's right. The Snow
The
Queen.
Snow Queen.
Oh, interesting. Hmm.
Yeah.
I was wondering that too. I was like, what fairy tale did she lift this from? But that makes more sense that she basically just made her own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like it.
There was something else that was, oh, what did you think about the elves always being nursemaids to the humans?
I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't really think about it too much. Was it like they lost a war or something? Or what happened again where they always agreed to do that? Sounds like you have some
So,
thoughts.
well, it was just very strange. So, one of the elves is at the castle and he's like their apothecary doctor. And I guess Geralt, the humans hero, like stopped by the elf queen and he did something. And then this is the excerpt. There is no debt, Geralt said, but you might nurse King Bruce and his subjects when they have need. Queen Iola, the elf queen, and Geralt never met again, but elves have been nursing humans from that day to this. Good health to you. Maybe because when I'm hearing nurse, I'm thinking like suckle on a teat. Maybe she's
Yeah.
meaning like be
Heal.
apothecaries.
Yeah, take care of. I think you're right. I think nurse has a different connotation than like heal or like yeah, take care of. Doctor.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Because at first I was thinking like a nursemaid. And I was like, this is weird. Like, why are all the elves doing this like constantly?
Milton, how?
Yeah.
Is it just me and my moily herbs? I always thought that was such a weird word. Moily. Man.
Moily?
Yeah, that's the gift he gives her. Moily herbs.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That is kind of a weird. Like, it's not weird reading it, but when you say it aloud, it feels strange.
Yeah, this is a weird one. Okay, so when you're reading this, did you see yourself in the story? Who are you? Who was I?
Well, I think part of the reason why this book strikes so close to me, and I would think also you, is because we're two sisters and
Uh-huh.
we're very different. Similar in a lot of ways, but also very different. And I think I was always very much more similar to Meryl, and you'd be much
Yeah,
more
you're
similar to
definitely.
Addie.
Yeah, you're definitely Meryl. I always
Yeah.
saw you as Meryl in the story, and I was always
Ugh.
Addie.
Oh,
I know.
so
Oh my
sad.
gosh, it is. This book always made me so sad when I read it,
I
and it made me sad
know.
when I read it this time.
It made me sad too.
I know. Well, we can talk about the ending when we get there.
Yeah.
But man, yeah, this one really gets me. I think that's maybe why I didn't read it as much. I wasn't as emotionally prepared to take it on.
Yeah. I know. I know. It's sad. Um, do you have any other thoughts?
Um, well, I have one little thing written down here. So throughout the whole book, they read all these stanzas and excerpts from the epic poem about Drought, the human hero.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like, Meryl's icon because she wants to go and fight all the dragons and stuff. And there's one line where it says that Drought's story ends when he's 19. And I'm pretty
Mm.
sure if Addie is 16 when Meryl gets sick, that Meryl, I think she's 3 years older, so she's also 19. I think. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh. Oh, if that is really cool because that's when Meryl's adventures begin.
Yes. Oh, yeah. There you go. And something else happens to both of them. But we'll save that for part two.
Yes, we will save that for part two. There was this line, it made me really sad. It was about Meryl. So she had just gotten sick, and Addie's like, I'm going to go find the cure. And Meryl says, Sir Grey Death robbed me of my adventure and gave it to you. I
No.
was like, oh, poor Meryl.
It's so sad. I know. I know. I don't remember being as sad about that. Or because so Addie makes Meryl promise to not go on adventures until Addie gets married. And I guess I never realized that Meryl actually postponed her adventures. I was like, she wasn't old enough anyway. And I'm still kind of like, she's not that old, but I guess she could have started going.
Well, what you find out at the end of the book is there's a line that Meryl says of basically like, she always felt like she made that agreement because she was scared to go too, but she didn't want to say it. So it was kind of like a cop
Mm,
out for herself.
yeah.
And I think that's like a really deep line because I think people, I mean, I know I've done that before where you blame others or your responsibilities or your circumstance as to why you're not doing X,
Yeah.
but it's really because you you don't want to do it or you're scared or it's
Yeah.
not that
Yeah.
person, it's you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the real reason deep down.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that is good.
I heard this crazy sound and I was like, what is that? King
King
snoring.
King. He snores.
He's a
Does he
little
have
old
sleep
man.
apnea?
Yeah, he's a little old man. He 9. He's sitting on his little tower. He's snoring.
Oh, King.
Okay, so I had some vocab. So once we're done with lines, I can pull out some of the vocab that I have.
Ooh. Yeah, I think I'm good with lines. I have one last
Okay,
comment, but it's more of a general thing.
go for it.
Okay, well, it's not so much a comment, but I guess maybe it's more of a question. Did you have like strong feelings of nostalgia while reading this book? Because there's a lot of things that came up where it's like, oh my gosh, like the tablecloth. I forgot about the tablecloth. And then I was like, oh, now I
Oh,
remember. And I always loved the tablecloth. I thought it was so cool.
can we talk about the tablecloth? I thought that was so cool
Yes,
too.
I love the tablecloth. So it's one of Rhys's parting gifts to Addie, in addition to the cloak. And it's this magic tablecloth where you whip it out and you say something like, "Magic tablecloth, please set thyself." And then it like starts making all this beautiful food and all the cutlery and all these things. Like whatever you need, it's there. And then you say, "Thank you, tablecloth," or "I thank thee for a fine meal," something like that. And it like wraps itself back up and all the food disappears. Incredible.
I mean, I think that's everyone's dream to have a
Yes.
tablecloth that just prepares dinner for you. You don't even have to tell it what you want. It just knows it and it gives it to you and then it cleans itself up.
Oh my gosh. Genius.
Oh my God. And honestly, Addie has kind of zero skills, zero survival skills, but she just games the crap out of that tablecloth. She uses it for a weapon. And you're
Yeah,
like,
I never would have thought of that. Brilliant.
I didn't have a lot of nostalgia because I didn't really remember a lot of this book.
Mm.
And I think it's like because, for example, with the Spectre, Addie sees the Spectre and then you find out later it's a Spectre. I was confused about those things. I remember not fully
Oh.
grasping what that scene was.
Interesting. I think I was confused by some of the words in the book because I think Spectre, like like still don't really know what a Spectre is, but at this point I know it's like magical creature and like okay, it shapeshifts. But like I don't think I really knew what that word was. And also Rise when he goes to his training, he's going to the Citadel. I always pronounce that
Yes.
as Citadel. I had no idea what that was. Not like I knew what a Citadel was either, but I had no
Hmm.
idea what a Citadel was.
Yeah, I didn't know what that was either. You're right, because I think that's also part of it, is that like not only was I not able to follow some of the concepts, I do think there was a lot of vocab that was making it hard for me to like attach images of what's going
Yeah.
on with the story.
Yeah, I think I had some of that too.
So a specter as an adult now, I imagine it as like a ghoul.
Okay.
And I just looked it up and they say it's a ghost or a spirit, something that causes fear
Hmm.
or worry. So I would say
Okay.
like a ghoul.
I like all of her origin stories for the mythical creatures. Like,
Hmm.
Rise is a sorcerer,
Hmm.
which, I mean, I don't know, like, in fairy tale folklore, if sorcerers have their own, like, whole story behind them. But she comes up with this whole thing, like they're made when lightning strikes marble and they have this flame inside their chests that
Hmm.
burns for 500 years until it, like, gutters out. It's like, that's so cool.
It is super cool. But fairies seem to be the most powerful in this world.
Yeah, all Rise can do is fly and bring clouds into the room.
Honestly, his magical powers, like, I don't know. Maybe it's because he's still in training. It doesn't
I
seem
think
like
so.
he seems like he does like a lot of helpful things. It doesn't seem like he does like a lot of powerful things.
Yeah. So far, that's all we've seen.
Okay, so you ready for some of this vocab?
I am. Do we have a name for the game?
No.
What do you, Levine? Have we used that one before?
Mm, we'll workshop it.
Okay. Gail
Gail.
Carson vocab.
Uh, I don't know. Okay.
Okay, tell me.
What do you mean? Why not?
What
Okay.
do you mean?
Portentous. Portentous. Portentous.
Was that like Meryl, like you think you're better than everybody? No, that's
What?
pretentious. Portentous are you portly? You're stout?
Okay. So in a sentence, I didn't know exactly what it meant, but it seemed urgent and portentous enough. And I was like, I don't know what this means.
I
I
guess
didn't look it up.
urgent. Portentous. I think it's going to be a synonym for urgent.
I was thinking important.
Yeah.
Done in a pompously or overly solemn manner so as to impress.
Oh, so it is a little bit like pretentious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, does that make sense? What was the thing talking about?
Uh oh, she was trying to make up a fortune cookie. She was trying to make up a fortune
Oh,
cookie
that's
adage to leave her
right.
dad and say like why she needs to go on this thing.
That's right.
Okay, so that's actually a perfect word for that.
Oh, that man, Gail got us.
She did. Okay. Let's see. And feel free to jump in if you had any
I didn't
words.
highlight any, but I think there were some words that I didn't know.
Okay. Harangue. Harangue. An apprentice sorcerer couldn't harangue a king.
I was thinking bother. Couldn't harangue, couldn't
I have no
harass,
idea.
couldn't follow around like a puppy.
Okay, so as a noun, it's a lengthy and aggressive speech. It can also be a verb to lecture someone.
Oh.
Yeah, because he was saying how he couldn't argue with the king.
Oh. Wow.
Wow. Okay. I don't think
All
I'll
right,
ever remember
Gail.
that word again.
Harangue.
Harangue.
Stop
Harangutan.
haranguing me. Haranguing. That would be a great like like Fancy Nancy where she teaches you big vocab words.
Yes.
You could have one like that, but you make it into animals. The orangutan who goes
Oh.
around and lectures everybody.
Oh, that could be fun. Yeah. Okay. Doty. Doughty. His
Oh,
sweetheart was a Doty warrior.
I always pronounce that as Dottie.
Oh,
I
it
don't
might
know
be.
though. Okay, I always imagine it was
Oh, it's
like strong.
Dodie.
Oh, that's good to know.
All right, so you were always thinking strong.
Yeah, something like strong, like not to be messed with.
Hmm.
What are you thinking?
Um, I had no idea. It means brave and persistent. It's
Mm,
archaic, humorous word.
what?
That's what it says. Archaic, and then the classification, humorous.
Oh, I missed the joke.
I, me too. Okay. Depredations. She began
Dep
a long list of the dragon's depredations. Farms
uh
burned, livestock eaten.
oh, I guess wrongdoings? Attacks?
I'm thinking like deprave.
Yeah. Wait, is it with a V or with a D?
It's with a D.
Hmm. I don't know.
So DE, that'll be negative. What's predation? Like predicated?
Oh, no, like predator. How she was a
Oh.
predator? Oh, I bet that's something like that.
Let's see.
Yeah, how
An
she
act
preyed
of
on people.
attacking or plundering. Okay.
Whoa, that was a next level move, Candy.
I know. Wow. Well, you came up with it.
Well, I know, but I didn't know the word was spelled like that. I wouldn't have thought of predate. I never thought of that.
Let me see. I thought I had maybe one more. I'm just like looking through my notes and I'm just seeing Meryl's annoying. Addie's annoying. Maybe that's it.
Man, I wish I had written down some words because I think there
I
were
think,
some that I didn't know.
all right. I think that's all I got. And that's
Okay.
exactly 45 minutes.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Good job.
Yeah. All
Okay,
right.
so
Well,
we're ready for
girls,
part two next time.
girls and guys, we are signing off. Chrissy and I
Early.
are early. Yeah. We're signing off. Chrissy and I are going to get right back into it for part 2, but we will
Mm-hmm.
see you guys here next week.
Yeah. In the meantime, feel free to leave a review. Send us an email. If you haven't read this book before, you totally should. You probably would not be at this point in the podcast, though, if you haven't read it. But you should tell a friend because it's so good.
Yes. Tell a friend, rate, review, subscribe, do all the things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Love you.
Love you.